Good morning. This is Dan. This is Lighthouse Local from Lighthouse Radio with your Nova Scotia news, weather, traffic, and sports update for Wednesday, July the 15th, 2026. Our top story today: Nova Scotia's newest fleet of wildfire and emergency response helicopters are now in service. The province has added four Airbus H-125 helicopters. The aircraft will be used to fight wildfires, support search and rescue operations, transport people and equipment during emergencies, as well as assist with scientific research and carry out aerial surveillance. Nova Scotians also helped name the aircraft through a public contest that received nearly 10,000 suggestions. The winning names are the Spirit of the Osprey, Spirit of the Eagle, Spirit of the Hawk, and Spirit of the Falcon. The federal and provincial governments each contributed $12.6 million towards the new fleet. RCMP are investigating a reported shooting in North Preston. Police were called shortly before 8 o'clock Monday evening after receiving a report that shots had been fired from a white SUV near Kane and Clarence Streets. No injuries have been reported. The RCMP's criminal investigation branch is leading the case and is asking with anyone with information to contact police. Fire crews are also investigating after a home was destroyed on East Chesapeake Road. Firefighters were called shortly after 7 o'clock Tuesday morning, following reports of smoke. When the first crew arrived, the single-family home was already engulfed with flames burning through the roof. Additional crews were called in, and firefighters worked for about 2.5 hours to bring the fire under control. Crews also worked hard to protect nearby buildings and the surrounding wooding areas. In another Nova Scotia story, federal researchers are using hundreds of bright orange wooden blocks to learn where seabirds could wash ashore following an offshore emergency. About 600 of these blocks have been released at locations between Halifax and Sable Island, along with another site off Cape Breton. The blocks are designed to move through the water similarly to seabird remains. Researchers are asking anyone who find one to report where and when it was discovered, as this information could improve response to oil spills, disease outbreaks, and other events affecting seabirds off Nova Scotia's coast. And drivers using diesel are paying more following an early fuel price adjustment. The Nova Scotia Energy Board used its interrupter clause to increase the minimum diesel price by 10.7 cents per liter to $2.20.9 per liter. Gasoline prices were not changed during the interrupter adjustment. Turning now to traffic. Drivers should expect delays on Prince Albert Road in Dartmouth today. Road work is scheduled from 9 this morning until 4 this afternoon. Give yourself some extra time and watch for workers and changing lane conditions. There may also be short closures on Highway 107 between Burnside and Lake Loon. Blasting work can close the highway for about 10 minutes at a time, with up to 2 closures taking place between 9 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon on weekdays. Overnight lane closures also continue on Highway 103 west of the Beachville overpass. The work generally takes place Sunday through Thursday between 7 at night and 6 in the following morning. Parking in Halifax and Dartmouth is about to get more expensive today. Weekday on-street parking rates are increasing by 25%, rounded to the nearest 25 cents. Paid Saturday parking is scheduled to begin in downtown parking zones this Saturday, July the 18th, so please remember to check the signs before leaving your vehicle. Now here is your Lighthouse weather forecast. It will be hot and somewhat unsettled today across the Halifax region. Look for partly sunny conditions with a possibility of a thunderstorm in some areas this morning and in a passing shower during the afternoon. The high will reach around 30 degrees, falling to 17 overnight. Thursday should be more comfortable with sunshine, breezy conditions, and lower humidity. The high tomorrow is expected to reach 27 degrees. And finally, sports. The American League defeated the National League 4-0 in Tuesday night's Major League Baseball All-Star Game in Philadelphia. The American League scored 3 times in the opening inning and never gave up the lead. Corey Bellinger was named the game's most valuable player. The Toronto Blue Jays return from the All-Star break Friday when they open a series against the Chicago White Sox. In professional women's soccer, the Halifax Tides are preparing a road match against Ottawa on Thursday. Halifax enters the match after consecutive 1-0 losses against AFC Toronto and the Montreal Roses. The Halifax Wanderers are between regular season matches following their friendly match against Toronto FC. The club's under-21 team will next face the Nottingham Forest Academy on Sunday in Mount Pearl, Newfoundland and Labrador, as part of the Atlantic Canadian Summer Series. That's your Lighthouse local update for Wednesday, July 15th. I'm Dan. Thank you for listening to Lighthouse Radio, shining a light on the stories that matter across Nova Scotia. Stay informed, stay connected, and we'll meet you back here tomorrow.